Hey YouTube, back again. JC here. Got some 10-year-old triple play this morning. If you can see the date, it's 3/15 right there. So I figured no time like the present. Might as well open it up. I don't know if you can see how much it's bowing. It's hard to see on the camera, but it's definitely gonna make a hiss. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like opening a soda. So, all right, let's see. I just looked up, make sure I hit record before I did that, and I did. So, of course, you got 15 pieces of paper in here. C&D, you know, it's weird. They do that, like some of the ones, seems like they kind of went away from it for a while, and then they went back to it. Some of them, they were just putting a couple on there. Some of them, they were just putting one or two, but man, so, all right, I don't see any mold. That's a good thing. You guys can probably see in there. Yeah, see a couple little pieces of paper that always falls down. That's another thing I don't like about those things. On the plug, man, you can definitely see some plumes starting now. From being 10 years old, that's just basically sugar crystals, little small ones. If you can wipe it off and it's fuzzy, then it's mold. That's how you can tell. But if you look really closely on the sides, you can see it's like sparkly, like strips of diamonds or something in there, you know. But yeah, it smells of dark fruit and peppery kind of. I'm gonna cut a little bit up while we're sitting here chatting. I got a knife. Here we go. Always got a knife by the, just an Ontario rat. But always got a knife sitting here. But I'm just gonna cut a couple pieces up right here that I can kind of get broken up to get going here. But when you cut a plug, you don't want to peel it. You always want to cut it with the veins so you get all the tobacco, because all the tobacco, the way they have it pressed in layers for a reason. So you always want to cut it out like that. And always use a sharp knife. So I'm gonna cut enough for probably a couple 2 or 3 smokes just to have sitting here. And then put the rest of the plug back in there. But that should be plenty. But I'll read it real quick. It smells really good. I know I've heard this stuff is really strong, so we're gonna find out here. But it says here, ripe red and bright flue cured Virginias or tobaccos are joined, which I'm assuming they're Virginias, joined by pungent Acadian Perique and balanced with a measure of smoky dark fire Kentucky. Okay. So it says it's for a bold blend for Virginian Perique fans. All right, well, you know, I haven't had this one in, I don't even remember. It's probably been years and years, to be honest with you, since I've had this. Probably when I first started smoking a pipe. So we're gonna put it in the cob because I'm sure it's still wet. So for me anyways, usually cobs kind of tend to do a lot better with more moist tobaccos that aren't dry enough yet. And usually when you first open it, it's good to give a little bit of air time and stuff. So, but let me see. I don't have another one. Yeah, I don't have another pipe in there anyways. That's good enough. But like I said, it smells, I mean, you can just smell the Virginias and the Perique that have melded together. It's just, you know, nice fruity, a little bit of floralness to it. But you know, to me, when you have a nice aged Virginia Perique, you always get that nice dark fruit in there. So let's break some up and get some in there in the pipe here. And it's probably going to take me a little bit to get this thing lit because the stuff's still wet, but it'll be fine. Close my knife up so I don't accidentally cut my hand on that, but we'll see how this goes here and see if I can feel the strength immediately or not. But I can't remember if it was this one or jackknife plug, which I have some aged jackknife plug as well. That Beans had a 10. He was talking about Beans. If you're watching, if you see this, let me know. But there was a 10 of either this or jackknife plug that exploded on him. And he said he heard a pop. He said he actually heard it when it happened. Here's the wind outside. I got the garage door open. But he said it was a really loud explosion, and he went down there, and one of the tins had popped on him. So I didn't really want to risk it. So that's why I'm going to smoke this one and the other one I had that's about 10 years old as well. Here pretty soon, do a review on that. So first light, you definitely get some of that dark fruit, but you get a kind of an earthiness and that pepperiness of the Perique, to be honest with you. So I'm assuming there's a fair amount of Perique in this because of that. There's definitely some Kentucky in this, but I'm getting more of a smokiness versus a pencil shaving-y flavor. When Kentuckies get too strong or too much Kentucky, you get like a pencil shaving flavor, in my opinion. So I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not that great. It's not like a great well-aged Virginia Perique to me. You know, it's got, even with it being that old, it's still got a little harshness to it. I don't know if it's from the Perique and the Kentucky together, but it'd be nicer if this was more like 90% Virginia and just a little bit of, I feel like they almost put like too much, you know, Kentucky and Perique in this. And yeah, like, it tastes, yeah, I mean, you can feel it a little bit. It's got some strength to it already, so it's not something I would sit here and smoke a lot of, in my opinion. It's like, you know, like cigars. When I smoke a cigar, I like to have flavor over strength. That's just my opinion. Some people, they just like strength a bit. I don't know. Let me get it lit again. Yeah, that earth, I don't like that earthiness that's right up front, to be honest with you. I mean, you do get some sweetness on the back end. I'm not getting a lot, like, you know, a little bit of dark fruit, not much. It's not real spicy, to be honest with you. I was thinking it would be a lot more spicier than it is. I don't know if the age has toned it down maybe on the spiciness. I don't know. Like I said, it's been so long since I've had this. This is 10 years old, so it's hard to tell. Well, yeah, I got this one at John B. Hayes, evidently, a long time ago. Yeah, it's more of a, as far as the dark fruit goes, it's more of a dark cherry quality more than a plum. There's no plumminess in this. It's like a, you know, like a darker fruit type of thing. Not real bright at all. Yeah, it could, I mean, it could be from the Perique too, the earthiness of it, you know. And it doesn't, if you looked at it, I'll pull it out again. It looked like it had some bright spots in it, but it didn't look like they used a lot of bright stuff in there, you know. It's more dark than anything. And the, yeah, the Kentucky's kind of, I don't know, it's there, but it's not, I don't know. Age did not help this. I don't think I liked this before, to be honest with you, which is why it's so old. I probably had a 10 and smoked a little bit of it and gave some to a buddy or something, and then just smoked the rest. I'm not going to smoke the rest of this 10, I'll tell you that right now. It's not really that great. So, is it worth aging? I don't think so. I mean, some people, you know, see, and again, that's my opinion. Some people might love this stuff. But, you know, I like something that's more complex, you know. I like flavor over strength. This to me is strength over flavor, so it's kind of the opposite of what I go for. But again, you know, I did just open this after 10 years, but usually you can tell. I mean, if it's not to my liking that much, I don't think I'm gonna like it. I mean, I'll smoke probably a couple more bowls of it and probably put it in a giveaway or something, or give it to one of my buddies or something. But it's not. Luckily this was the last tin I had of it, and there's a little bit of hay-like quality to it, I guess, kind of too, as well. But I'm sitting here searching because honestly, the earthiness kind of protects everything. And like I said, surprisingly, it's not too spicy though either. I feel like just the harshness kind of the Perique and the Kentucky just kind of overtake everything. And it's not a real sweet blend or anything. But anyways, that's my take on it. I think I've talked long enough. Let me know if you've had this and you like it. It's JC again.